Change is the only constant in this world.
Coverage of COVID-19 transmissions here at home. Joining us, bubuksan na ang klase sa mga pampubliko at pribadong paaralan sa buong bansa sa August 24.
Tiniyak naman ni Briones na kaya nilang gampanan ang tungkulin na buksan ng klase sa buwan ng Agosto sa tulong ng
When the norm is defined by many uncertainties, no one must be left behind.
Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, we at Santo Tomas Central Elementary School Sped Center make sure that education will continue. In fact, all our preparations for the opening of classes are laid on our school learning continuity plan in support of the national issuances and policy guidelines to effectively and efficiently implement the delivery of learning under the new normal. In addition, to ensure the health and safety of our learners, teachers, and personnel, all our preparations in delivering basic education among our learners are aligned with the omnibus guidelines on implementation of community quarantine in the Philippines. To provide access and equal opportunity among our learners in terms of quality education, which has always been a key priority of our government, we in the school, especially our special education teachers, make sure that our learners with special educational needs will not be left behind in this new normal. In fact, an audio-video presentation has been prepared showcasing our children with special needs, their parents, and the special education teachers, showing that we are ready in the opening of classes with the use of new learning delivery modality. It can be seen that everything is possible when there is a collaboration among the stakeholders. Speaking of collaboration, I am proud to say that one of our best practices is our strong partnership with our stakeholders. With this, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our stakeholders, the Municipal Local Government Unit of Santo Tomas, headed by Honorable Mayor Ernesto Evangelista, the Barangay Local Government Unit, headed by Honorable Captain Ricky Inudioan, the Parents Teachers Association, led by Mrs. Ella Caballero, and Tapon Cooperative for their unending support to the school. Their support is always and has been a reason why the needs of our school and those of our learners are addressed. The support also of our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. D. D. Selva, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel Handayan, Division Chiefs, Dr. Eduardo Amois and Dr. Lita Andamon, our Public Schools District Supervisor, and all division personnel inspires us to continue serving our school children with passion and commitment.
The GPTA of Santo Tomas Central Elementary Sped Center is here to support the school, the community, especially in this new normal. We as GPTA, we consider ourselves as partners of the teachers. We provided physical features in this school, and for this new normal, we are only waiting what will be their demand. With this new normal, we find it too difficult, but because we love our children to be educated, we love them to be good citizens, and part of their growth will be from the school. We are here to support.
On behalf of the Municipal Government of Santo Tomas, I express my full solidarity and support to the opening of classes camps August 24, 2020. I believe that Department of Education will give more flexibility in managing the opening of classes, be it physically and virtually, amid the unique challenges posed by coronavirus disease, COVID-19 pandemic. However, health must be still prioritized while I underscore the importance of learning continuity. That is why the Santo Tomas LGU is closely coordinating with the DepEd for us to give whatever assistance they needed to make the education department's goals and objectives operational even at the height of the public health crisis. As a gesture of our commitment, we have realigned the Social Education Fund. Also, programs and activities that raise awareness on COVID-19, including training teachers and personnel for emergency response. The Santo Tomas LGU is committed to make the continuity of learning of learners possible. Our collective act as Tomasinos in our best weapon. Only then we can heal and rise as one against COVID-19.
Visual impairment, also known as vision impairment or vision loss, is a decreased ability to see a degree that causes problem not fixable by usual means such as glasses. The coronavirus pandemic offered an opportunity and a challenge to visually impaired students. For the opening of classes on August 24, visually impaired students' modality of learning would be modular and online. Audiotape, brailled or electronically formatted lecture notes, handouts, and texts shall be provided to the students. The parents play a vital role in the learning of the child since there will be no face-to-face interaction with the teachers.
Long A.
The teacher gives instructions to her student through phone call.
Gate.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Gate. The gate is closed.
Children with autism. Autism is a complicated condition that includes problems with communications and behavior. It can involve a wide range of symptoms and skills. Autism is not a single disorder, but a spectrum of closely related disorders with a shared core of symptoms. Every individual on the autism spectrum has problems to some degree with social interaction, empathy, communication, and flexible behavior. In this time of pandemic, teaching children with autism is a big challenge. Unlike a typical curious little repainting the things that catch his or her eye, children with ASD often appear disinterested or unaware of what's going around them, so online learning would be very tough in this new normal era. Learning disability, a condition giving rise to difficulties in acquiring knowledge and skills to the level expected of those of the same age, especially when not associated with a physical handicap. Learning disability is a general term that refers to a heterogeneous group of disorders manifested by significant difficulties in the acquisition and use of listening, speaking, reading, writing, reasoning, or mathematical abilities. The COVID-19 health crisis has forced millions of schools around the world to be closed temporarily to slow the spread of the deadly virus. The Santo Tomas Central Elementary School Sped Center followed suit by moving teaching and learning from face-to-face to modular modality to ensure the continuity of education of students with learning disability. Hearing impairment. The official definition of a hearing impairment by the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act is an impairment in hearing, whether permanent or fluctuating, that adversely affects a child's educational performance but is not included under the definition of deafness. Public and private schools across the world have been adopted the new normal way of teaching as a result of COVID-19. But learners are expected to continue their studies, especially to those learners under hearing impaired class. The St. Tomas Central Elementary School Sped Center will conduct classes through online and modular. In the COVID-19 pandemic, with little time to prepare, the focus is understandably on accommodating the majority of students, but this leaves many students further marginalized. Intellectual disability, once called mental retardation, is characterized by below average intelligence or mental ability and a lack of skills necessary for day-to-day living. People with intellectual disabilities can do and learn new skills, but they learn them more slowly. Intellectual disability, also known as general learning disability and mental retardation, is a generalized neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by significantly impaired intellectual. Down syndrome and Fragile X syndrome are examples of syndromic intellectual disabilities. Teaching children with intellectual disability is one great noble job, since these children need care and attention to cater to their educational needs. In this present time of pandemic, when face-to-face class is not an option, children with intellectual disability will have a modular modality of learning. With this, parents need to be patient in guiding their children to continue their education.